Hi, welcome to Midpointe, a place where we can share encouragement from last Sunday's sermon at Crosspoint Church. This last Sunday, Pastor Garrett continued preaching in 1 Peter. He covered the verses 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 22 through 25. And in that, it mentions love. It mentions having love for each other. So Pastor Garrett spoke on love, how it should be an earnest love, a love that keeps on going. And that is where I want to pick up here on Midpointe. It got me to think about love and how you can have relationships and where does love come into it? Like, what are we expecting out of a relationship? And I'm not just talking romantic relations, I mean every relation, because this is talking about as brothers and sisters, we should love. So here's my thought. Love works well if it goes both ways. You love someone, they love you back. Sweet. That was a great interaction. But it's not always that way. We're even called to love our enemies. Enemies are not going to appreciate, let alone reciprocate, the love we give. So how do we love without becoming burnt out? We need to remember who Jesus said to love first. The Lord our God. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And then he said, love your neighbor as yourself. So we need to love God first. Why? Because that is a two-way love. And he's even the one that started it. He initiated it. The Bible says he first loved us. That is where we get our need of love filled up. How deep is his love for us? Once we're full on his love, we can then go to others and love them without needing them to love us back, because we're already full. The verse actually says, we love because he first loved us. And that is found in 1 John 4:19. Getting it in the right order is important. If you just jump to loving others without being filled with God's love, you could fall into the trap of looking for their love that they may or may not give. Be filled with God's love first. Look to him for your belonging, for your care, for your satisfaction, for your fulfillment. And then you can love others. You also don't want to get caught in loving others just because it's a duty you have to fulfill, instead of a privilege that you get to do. We've all been there where we have some sort of information that we want to tell somebody, maybe a specific person. Like, oh, I just heard that a new movie's coming out. So-and-so is going to love to hear this. I want to be the one to tell them. Or it might be a new baby coming or a new job you have. It gives us joy to bring good news to people. Well, we get to do that. Bringing the love we have from God to others is good news. It's a privilege we get to share this love. Now, the Bible does say some things like, if someone tells you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. You know, go the extra mile. That's where that phrase comes from. And we might think of it as it's a duty. We have to do more. Oh, it's a drag. We're being like stretched farther than we want to go, but we have to do it because, you know, this is what we need to do. You're missing out on the joy of it. There could be two people doing the same actions, showing the same love, I guess, but one really enjoys it and one is a drag. Why? Because we need to get our fulfillment, our love, our belonging from God. People aren't going to give it to us. If we get caught up on needing other people's love, needing other people's approval, it's going to be a roller coaster. You never know how much you're going to get in a day. And God's love is infinite. He has tons in storage. His supply never ends. So tap into that, not other people. And show other people, hey, I'm showing you love because I got it from God. And you know what? Showing love to others is actually showing love to God. Here's a verse, Matthew 25:40. Jesus says, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me. So God counts us loving others as loving him. So again, it goes back to God. Like we can love and still receive love through him, even while we're loving others. It's all about your perspective. It may be hard to love some people if we have these mindsets of, I'm loving you and needing something back from you. Or I'm doing this out of duty and then I'm not feeling the love. Remember this. Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord, not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. Those are my thoughts on love. So thanks for joining me here. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you were thinking, what you're looking forward to in 1 Peter. We're getting into a new chapter this week. I hope to see you there. Until next time, God bless.